Hi guys, hi. So sorry if you were watching me a bit earlier. I'm really sorry. What it was, I made a drink just before I started my original live, and I forgot to plug the laptop in, so my battery died. So I do apologise about that, but we're going to start again. So welcome, and thank you for joining me here today. We are meal prepping today, and we're going to have a bit of a chit chat as well. So it is Saturday, the 3rd of February 2024, and yeah, I like to meal prep. Well, it can be any day, but when I'm in the kitchen, I just like to meal prep. So I've cleaned the house today, top to bottom. I've even given me rug a shampoo. I've really pleased with the house. I'm absolutely shattered, but I know that if I sit down, this meal prep isn't going to happen. So really important for me just to crack on and do my meal prep. So I've got food and good quality food to eat throughout the week, which is absolutely saves me from snacking. So what we're doing today, doing a few different things. So I'm making a fruit compote or stewed fruits, and I'm going to cook that down, and I'm going to use that to create my overnight oats, which we're going to make up. Then I've got some avocados that I need to get used up. And then I'm going to make some ice cream with some bananas and mango. And I've also got some chicken that I'm going to use for my dinner today. So feel free to stay with me and yeah, make notes, cook along with me. Also, if you're not subscribed, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Would really appreciate it. And share it as well. Share this video with your mates as well. So we're going to get going. What I did do, guys, is before I lost the video, what I have done is I've taken some nectarines. I've had 5 nectarines that I picked up that were reduced in Tesco's, and I think there was something like 30 or 40 pence for a pack of nectarines, and I've given them a good wash, and I've just chopped them up roughly, nothing fancy, just really rough, and they're gone straight into the pot. There's nothing in the pot as yet, and we're going to stew them down. So in fact, I've got some mango here that I'm going to use for some ice cream, and I'm just going to put a little bit, just a little chunk in there as well. And I'm going to move this out of the way. So what I do like to do is a little tip for you guys is if ever I see fruit going cheap, oh, let's get this sorted. Get the there we go, get that ring properly on my gas. There we go. So if ever I see fruit going cheap in the supermarket, because you know me, budget. Hi Esther, hello my lovely, hello my darling. If ever I see fruit going cheap in the supermarket, I'll pick it up. I always pick it up, and what I do with it is, if I can't eat it all, then I like to stew it down, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm just stewing down my fruit. So I've got my nectarines and a little bit of frozen mango. Now, because nectarines and mango are really sweet, I'm not adding any sugar to this, none whatsoever, but I am going to add in some flavor boosters. So I'm going to add in a little pinch of ground cinnamon, just regular ground cinnamon. I'm going to add in about half a teaspoon to this, and because I like ginger, I'm going to add in some ground ginger as well. So again, about half a teaspoon, not too much, but just enough, so you get a little hint coming through. And then I'm also going to add in some vanilla extract as well, just about about a teaspoon. Yeah, there we go. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop these over here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add in about a tablespoon of water. So I've got, that's a teaspoon. So about 4 or 5 teaspoons of water. In fact, I'm going to move this over to the back gas. There we go. And I'm going to give it all a bit of a stir. And I'm just going to leave that now just to stew down. Okay, leave that all to stew down. Oh, Esther, you like to make vegetable soups that way? Yeah, I like that. And this is such a great way to use up fruits. Really, really great way. So what I've done in the past, you might have been with me when I did this the other day, is I added in, I've just put my lights on. There we go. I stewed down some fruits, and well, it was apples, and then I turned it into an apple crumble. Oh my days, which was so delicious. And then last week I had some raspberries and blueberries. In the week I stewed those down, and I just put them in a little jar and had it in the fridge, and then I would have it with my on top of my yogurt or with my overnight oats. So so you know me, bargain hunter. It's got to be a bargain. So when I see fruits or food come to that going really cheap, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. Because food is so expensive these days. It's so expensive. So if you could get good quality foods like your fruits and your veggies, and then be creative with them, use them, you're going to get good quality meals, but really, really affordably. So I'm cooking down my fruits. I'm just going to let it stew. It's going to sit there for a little while. I'm going to let it stew. In fact, I'm going to get a plate to put over the top of that. There we go. So it's just going to sit there for ages and stew down. Okay. I've also got out today some pork that I'm defrosting. I've got 2 packs, and these I got in my Tesco's shopping haul, that big Tesco's shopping haul that I got at the start of January. And I'm defrosting the both of these because I'm going to season them up tonight when they've defrosted, and then I'm going to cook them tomorrow. And then I've got like some meals in the week as well. So just rinse my hands. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to, whilst that's cooking down, I'm going to make up the base of my overnight oats. So for that, I'm going to make 2. So I've got my little overnight oat pots, and I just love these. I love doing my overnight oats. Yeah, Esther, I'm with you. You hate throwing things away. I know, because food is so expensive. But, you know, if we're creative, we could save so much money, but also eat really, really well. And, you know, always have food at hand as well. So I'm going to do my overnight oats. So I'd love to know if you make up overnight oats. Do let me know. And also, what's your favourite ingredients to put in them? I'd love to know. So I'm using my kefir. This is kefir protein. It's a vanilla flavour. This is a big 25 gram 25 grams of natural protein it's got in, but it's 250 grams is in the pot. I really like kefir. There's a couple of brands, but I like this brand. This is the Beautiful. I get this from Tesco's. They have the Yo Valley, and that's okay, but I just find it a little bit more sharper in its flavour. But this is lovely. This is really nice. So I've got about just under half of the pot left, but I do have another pot if I do need it. Okay, so I like to just get a little bit and pop on the bottom of my container. And I got these jars from Tesco's. Not Tesco's, from IKEA. IKEA is what I'm wanting to say. And I will also tell you, if you're following the Weight Watchers plan, this whole pot of kefir is 4 points because it's 250 grams, and half the pot, which is 125 grams, is 2 points. So bit of info there for you. So I also like to put a little bit of yogurt on the bottom. This is just how I make mine. I know everybody does theirs differently, but I like to put that on the bottom because then my oats don't get dry. I hate dry oats, hate it. So I like to do that so it just stays a bit moist. So then I'm going to go, I've got my stack of ingredients here. Stack. So next we're going to go in with my oats. So I'm using my measure here, my half a tablespoon measure. So I'm going to get half a tablespoon and I'm just going to just sprinkle that in the bottom. So it just covers the yogurt. Okay. And the same with that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to layer it up with, oops, let's put that securely. Then I'm going to layer it up with some nuts and seeds because that's really good for us, really, really good. So in this mix, I've got here sunflower seeds, golden linseed, and pumpkin seeds. So I'm going to get a spoonful. I'm going to pop that on the bottom, like so. All of this is so good. All those seeds are good for those. The seeds are really good for all the macronutrients. Yeah. And then I'm also going to put in chia seeds. Chia seeds are brilliant. Really good source of fibre. Great for keeping you feeling fuller for longer. So I'm going to put about... So I'm using half a tablespoon and I'm going to put in, I think I'm going to put half a tablespoon in, sprinkle that in, like so. Give that all a bit of a shake. And then I'm going to put in some chopped nuts, my mixed nuts, just a big mixture of nuts, nothing fancy. In fact, I can smell my fruits. Let's just have a little check on that. Oh, these are bubbling up really, really nicely. Lovely. Oh, it smells so good. So good. So I'm not putting any sugar, anything, nothing like that in this because the mangoes and the nectarines are very sweet. So last time I made my compote, I did put sugar in the apples and a little bit in the blueberries, but absolutely And if you make this, you might want to put sugar in it, but for me, absolutely no need. It is just super sweet as they are. And I did have a little taste before I started, so I'm gonna let that cook away for a few more minutes. And yeah, I was popping my nuts in, and in here I've got almond nuts, hazelnuts, cashew nuts, and walnuts. And I just buy like the big bag of mixed seeds, and I just like break them down, crush them. I did once put them in the food processor, but oh my goodness, it grounded them to a pulp. So I don't do that anymore. I just put them in the food bag, and I just get my rolling pin, and I just bash them. So yeah. So Esther, you could add skinny syrup into your compote. Yeah, or if you wanted something a bit more natural, something like agave syrup or honey would work, or even like a sweetener, granulated sweetener you could do. But trust me, these nectarines are super sweet. Yeah, it's really sweet. So I'm just adding half a tablespoon of my nuts going in there, like so. So when I do have these, it's going to be so packed with goodness, really packed. So I'm going to get in another teaspoon of my yogurt. In fact, a bit more than a teaspoon. I put 2 teaspoons in. I might need 3 to create that layer. Yep. And I'm just being really careful not to get my yogurt on the side, although I do have a bit on here, because I just want it to look pretty. That's all, no other reason. I want it to look pretty, because I like my food to look good. And I know you do, Esther, as well, because I know you take a lot of pride in putting together your salads, which I've seen. So I know you like your food to look good. And I'm very much the same. It's much more appealing to want to eat when it looks good. So I'm with you on that. So I'm now going to just take another layer of, I need to get myself organised. I put the lid on back on my nuts. Okay, and I'm going to put in another layer of my seeds. Okay, and I'm going to pop that away. Another layer of oats. I'm going to put 2 spoons of oats in there. So a tablespoon of oats, that would be. And then I'm also going to put in some more chia seeds. So I do like to have these as like my first meal of the day. But sometimes I do have them just as a snack, throughout the day. Or if I'm not particularly hungry for food, then I know I've got a really good snack on hand for me. So I think I'm going to take off yeah, these are done. This is done. Oh, it smells so good. And because my mangoes were frozen, I'm just putting my spoon through just to make sure that they have completely defrosted and cut through, and they have. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? I can't wait to tuck into this. It smells amazing. So I'm going to take the gas off. There we go. And I'm just going to just put that back. So the gas is off on there. It only really takes a couple of minutes on that. So I'm going to just use the rest of my yogurt now. And that's going to be it. Really easy, really simple. And sometimes, like yesterday I was just craving one of these, but I didn't have any ready. So what I did, I literally just got a bowl and I put my yogurt in the bottom of the bowl and then just layered like the oats, the seeds, the nuts. I just layered it on top and I just ate it. And that I had that for my first meal of the day yesterday because my body just wanted it. My body was just craving. I think it was maybe all the goodness that's in there. My body was just craving it. So yeah, that's what I did, even though I didn't have any made up. So there we go. So I'm just going to level that out. And then just getting every last bit out. Yeah, every last bit getting out. There we go. And there we go. So pop that in the bin there. I'm just going to wipe this down. So what you been up to today, guys? What you been up to? I'd love to know. Yeah, what you been up to? And do you know what? I've got some strawberries in the freezer that I'm going to do the same with at a later date. Can I get the strawberries and just, you know, stew them down? So, I just like to tidy up my jars. So I'm just going in and I'm just giving them a bit of a wipe. It's just so that in 3 or 4 days' time, when I come to eat it, it looks good. Yeah. So just give it a little bit of a wipe. And there we go. And then what I'm going to do, give my hands a wipe. What I'm going to do is with my fruit compote. Now this is why I love these jars from IKEA, because with IKEA you get these little pots and the pots just sit on the top like that. So perfect for this. So what I'm going to do, in fact, I'm going to have a little taste. I have to have a taste of my stewed nectarines. Let's get some mango in there as well. So I've got mandarin and this is nectarine. Right. Oh my days. Oh my days, that is so good. So good. This is what I call comfort food. It tastes so sweet, but it's just natural sugars. There's no added sugar. Absolutely delicious. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a portion, just pop it in there. And I'm going to leave this to cool. There we go. In fact, that one's probably got a little bit too much in. Let's take that out. There we go. So I'm going to leave these to cool on the side. And then when they're completely cool, when they've gone cold, I'm going to pop them in my jar like that and then pop them in the fridge. So I'm going to leave these to cool on the side over here. I'm going to close these up. And there we go. That's going to make 2 really nice dishes for in the week. And I've still got a load left. Do you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to make a crumble. I'm going to make a crumble. Let me get me the bowl. My cupboard door's hanging off. You can't see it just as well, but it's hanging off. I've been asking my friend for the longest time to sort that cupboard door out. So, yeah, need to get that sorted. So, gonna just put my fruits in my bowl, like so. The oven's just come on. And, you know, I love crumble. It just reminds me of like when I was a kid and on a Sunday, my mum used to make like a fruit crumble. Oh, I love it. It just takes me back. Again, perfect comfort food. Absolutely delicious comfort food. So if you're following the Weight Watchers plan, then your fruits, this mixture is 0. Not unless you're following if you're following the diabetic plan, you do have to put your fruits. But if you're on the standard plan, then this, as it is, 0. So delicious. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get me a little bowl. And I'm just going to really quickly make up my crumble topping, really quick. So I'm just going to get, this is my ½ teaspoon measure. So I'm going to get, so that's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons will be enough for that. I need to go get me butter, guys. So bear with. Got me butter, and I also need flour. I have to use this to get me flour because it's right up on the top shelf and I can't reach. Yeah, that's what happens when you're 5'1". Can't reach anything. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to put in, and I'm just doing this by eye. This is all by eye, and this is because of experience. But if you do need to follow a recipe, then there's loads, absolutely loads available online. So again, so I've got 3 tablespoons of oats. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of flour. There we go. Because if you know my style of cooking, you'll know I'm a very intuitive style of cook. Very intuitive. I go by eye. I go by like my hand. And yeah, just making judgments about certain things. And I'm going to use about 20 grams of butter. And again, because I've done this so many times, I know roughly what 20 grams looks like. So I'm just going to chop that into small pieces because it's just going to make it a lot easier to work with. But yeah, if you're wanting this recipe, 20 grams of butter and 3 tablespoons of flour, of oats, and 2 tablespoons of flour. You could use low-fat spread if you wanted to, instead of the butter. And again, if you're following the Weight Watchers plan, your low-fat spread is going to be a lot less points than using your butter. Okay, so I'm also going to season this with a dash of sweet cinnamon and also some ginger. So I'm just going to put in a dash, again, maybe about half a teaspoon, not too strong a flavour, but just enough to give it a little hint. There we go. Can give that all a bit of a mix. And then I'm now going to just get in here with my hands and just soften that butter and bring that all together. And that is how easy it is to make a crumble. So people often ask me, they say, Angela, why don't you weigh and measure things? And the simple answer is because that's not how I want to live my life. I don't want to live my life having to weigh and measure every morsel that goes into my mouth. For me alone, that's not a healthy habit for me. I'm at the point now in my health and wellness and weight loss journey where I know what a healthy portion looks like. So I could, and also as an experienced cook as well, I also am quite good with my measures, and I can measure by eye, and I know not everybody can, and I accept that. So if that's you, then go for it. Get your scales out, weigh and measure everything. But for me, and you know what? I was listening to a podcast today. Let's have a chat, guys. Let's have a chat. I was listening to a podcast today. It was the Zoe podcast. I don't know if anybody's heard of the Zoe podcast, but if you haven't, check them out. It's really, really good. They're all about food science. And it was interesting because they were talking about the best and the worst diets out there. What are the best diets and what are the worst diets? And the scientists, and they are medical professionals, qualified and scientists, they were saying that there are so many different diets and plans out there. In their opinion, the worst diets were the ones that encourage you to restrict. And I had to agree with them. Anything that encourages you to restrict your food, no, run away from it. But on the other side, they were saying that some of the best diets are the ones that allow you to enjoy your food. To enjoy food, because food should be pleasurable. It should be a pleasure to eat food and to enjoy it. But hand in hand with that, food in quantities that we can learn to control. So, and again, totally agree with that. And then Dr. Sarah Berry made an excellent point. And she said that the way that we are eating, we should be eating for life. Totally agree with that. And that's why the whole diet mentality doesn't work, because at some point, you know, it's too restrictive and we're going to give up on it. So my crumble is done. That's how quick it is, guys. So I've got flour, 2 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of oats, and 20 grams of butter, and then I've got ginger and cinnamon in there as well. So I'm just going to layer this up now, and I totally agreed that, you know, the best diets are the ones that we can stick to, the ones that teach us healthy habits that we can follow, not just for a few short months, but for life. And I absolutely, totally agree with that. And thinking about that. There we go. My crumble's done. Crumble's done. How easy and quick was that, guys? So I'm going to pop it in the oven now. Let's get my oven on. So if you're using an electric, I would say 200, gas 180. Sorry, electric 200, fan 180, gas mark 5. So just putting that on. I'm going to get my baking tray. I was going to use this baking tray for my chicken, but that's fine. I can still use that. And in the oven it's going to go. So there we go. That is done. So let's just have a bit of a tidy up. Let's put these over here. So yeah, the best diet, the best weight loss and wellness program is the one we can stick to. Yeah, the one we can stick to. And I was like, do you know what? I so agree with that. Yeah, Esther, lose it like you're going to live it. Love that. I love that. And any plan, any program, any system that where you feel restricted, where you can't enjoy your food, where it's encouraging systems or tools that is not, that you can't see yourself doing for the rest of your life, run away from it. And I remember years ago, I was doing those liquid diets, and my son said to me, Mum, are you going to eat like this for the rest of your life? I was like, no, absolutely no way. He said, well, don't even start it. He said, it's not sustainable. And he was absolutely right. I lost a stone in 4 weeks. A stone in 4 weeks. That was just so unhealthy. But I was ridiculously hungry. And then when I started eating, I just couldn't stop. And I think I put all of that weight back on and more in like 4 weeks. Just not sustainable. So yeah, that's it. Lose it like you're going to live it. So on my journey, on the Weight Watchers plan, I've learned. I use the plan for education. I've got to have a sip of my coffee. I use the plan for education, and I've educated myself, or I'm still in that process of educating myself to learn about what foods work for me and my body, but also the portion sizes that work for me and my body. So because I've done that, and I've spent a lot of time building that, working on that, for me, and I'm not endorsing this for anybody, for me, that's why I don't weigh and measure my food. One, because it's just not good. Doing that for me long term does not work. Doesn't work for me. So if you see me in the kitchen cooking, and I'm not weighing and measuring, that's why. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. If weighing and measuring for you works, absolutely go for it. Absolutely go for it. And it can also teach us a lot. Teaches us a lot when we start doing it. Especially in the early stages of any plan, of any program. So guys, I'm making banana ice cream, and I picked up these bananas for 39 pennies. They were 78 pence. They were a lot more than that, and that was the second reduction of 78 pence, and 39 pence was the final reduction. And they had a huge trough of them, a huge trough. But I thought, because I know I haven't got much room in the freezer, I thought I would just pick up just one bag. So I'm going to make banana ice cream. Really, really easy, really simple. So what I'm going to do, I've got 2, 4, 5 bananas here. Again, if you're following the Weight Watchers plan, your banana is going to be 0. But if you're following the diabetic plan, you do have to point it. So I'm a diabetic, so this would be pointed for me. But again, you know, guys, I'm not tracking because again, for me, that's not sustainable long term. I don't see myself tracking for the next 5, 10, 15 years. But managing my portions, looking at my portion sizes, eating really slowly, eating really mindfully, all of that works for me. And that's what, you know, that's what I'm doing. And you know what? And again, honestly, I listen to so many podcasts, so many. This morning, I was listening to a podcast. I've come across this person before, and they talk a lot of sense, but I don't like their delivery. I don't like how they deliver it. It doesn't click for me. But when I get past that, they make a lot of sense. And you know what, guys? It's not everybody that we listen to that we click with. It's not like everybody in life that we form friendships with or we like. That's just how it is. So this person made an excellent point. They made an excellent point this morning. And they said, a lot of plans, a lot of programs encourages you to track your food, track your calories, track your macros, track your points, track your sins. There's nobody really telling you to track your behaviors. Boom. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. And I looked at that and I thought, you know what? That is so true. Who's telling you to track your behaviors? Because it's the behaviors and the habits that drive, it underpins the tracking of the food. So, for example, to give you an example, we could track all our meals and stay within our calories, our sins, our points. But then at 8 o'clock in the evening, that mindset weakens, our belly start to grumble. We get in the kitchen and we just eat. And we can eat half our daily points or more just in snacks. And when I thought about it, I thought she's right, because what we're tracking is the behaviors. And we often hear people saying, I've tracked into the minuses. What tracking does, it shows you how many points you've tracked, how many calories you've eaten. That's what it tells you. What it doesn't tell you is why you've done that. And that is why taking that time to reflect is so key. But it doesn't encourage you to track those behaviors. And I'm thinking about it. I thought, you know what? I would love to see something on Weight Watchers app to help us track those behaviors, so that, yes, you got your blue dot range, you got all of those challenges and all of that, but that's still not about behaviors. The behaviors is about saying, why did I feel that I needed a snack in the evening when I've eaten and I'm satisfied, but I still wanted something? What led me to do that? What caused me to do that? And yeah, one night isn't going to hurt, But when it becomes a regular pattern, night after night after night, and we might have done all those things like used our rollovers, or, you know, set some points or calories aside for the evening. We might have still done that, but it's getting underneath that behavior and tracking that pattern, that behavioral pattern. And once we track that behavioral pattern, then we can start to explore it and say, what's going on? What's going on with me? We know that we need to stay within our points. We know how we can use all those rollovers. We know that we can, you know, eat those 0-pointed foods. We know that. But by tracking the behaviors, we can start to get underneath that habit that's not supporting us and start to create a new one. And when she said that, I thought, you know what? That is so true. No program out there is encouraging us to track the behavior, because it was an interesting conversation. Let me carry on with this. So I've put all my bananas in here. I'm going to add in my mango as well. My mango was frozen. Again, I got my mango in Tesco's. They were, it was a big tray of mangoes, and it was a half price, all reduced. And squish all of that in. Yeah, no program has ever encouraged us to track behaviors. Weight Watch is probably the closest, because it encourages us to reflect. Encourages us to reflect, which is brilliant, but not tracking the behaviors. Good afternoon, Cass. Lovely to have you with us today. Great to have you. So I'm making banana ice cream. I've got me bananas, 5 bananas. I've got 2/3 of a pack of mango. I'm going to add in some cinnamon, pinch of cinnamon, and my favourite, which is ginger. Just going to sprinkle that all in. So yeah, you know, tracking those behaviors is so important. And I'm also going to add in some coconut. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of coconut. So that's half a tablespoon. That's 1 tablespoon. This is going to be proper decadent. Proper decadent. Okay, and then I'm going to add in some milk. I've got some skimmed milk. Now, normally I don't have milk. I don't drink milk, I don't use milk, but I needed this for a project for work. And I only needed a tablespoon, so I've got this left in the fridge. So I'm just going to add in, let me see, I don't know, just a drop, just a little drop, probably about 50 mils. I'm going to push this all down, and then I'm going to blitz it. So yeah, you know, so that's a long way around. When people ask me why I don't measure things. I do sometimes. I'm not saying I never measure. I do sometimes, but especially when I'm cooking, experience. I'm leaning on experience, and also being intuitive. But also, I don't track, because I've learned what works for me and my body. And to prove it, I lost a pound. In January. So I stopped tracking, and I'm not endorsing this for anybody, because you know you, and you know what's right for you. So if tracking works, brilliant, carry on. And if you are at the start of your journey, I would absolutely say it is important, really, really, really important to track, so that you get that information, you get that data, you know what works for you and your body. Okay, so, but I've been on my journey a little while now, 5 years. So I'm now living how I want to live for the rest of my life. Yeah. So let me just push up, get all of this done. It's a bit harder because the mango is frozen, but it's still going to work. Just need to push it down a bit. Okay, and I'm going to put a drop more milk in, not too much, just a little bit, because we want it to be lubricated. And I need to get the lid on. There we go. There we go. Lid's on. Well, almost. So, just to recap, if you've just joined me, we are cooking today. I've made a nectarine and mango compote. We've stewed that down, and that's in my little pot here. I've done my overnight oats, and when this is cool, it's going to sit inside of it. These pots are from IKEA, if anybody's interested. So it's going to sit like that, and then it's going to go in the fridge, and it's going to be my overnight oats for the week. I've then used the rest of that rest of the compote, and I've made a crumble, which is in the oven. I've got some bananas in here that I picked up for a song, 39p in Tesco's, with me mango and a tablespoon of coconut. And I'm going to blitz this now to make me ice cream. So bear with me, guys. There we go. Moment of truth. Oh, look at that. It's a little bit runny. Smells really nice. Gotta have a taste. Gotta have a taste. Oh my days. Oh my days. That is, oh my days. That is really, really nice. So in here is just five bananas, 3/4 of a pack of mango, and I've got sweet cinnamon and ginger and a drop of milk. That's lovely. That is so nice. So what I'm going to do now, I've got a container. I'm just going to pour it straight in to my container. If you want to make this super rich, super decadent, you can add cream instead of the milk. Or you can add yogurt. And yogurt will also make it really nice. But I'm using the milk because that was sitting around today. And I don't drink milk for any other reason than I just don't like it. It's for me, it's a habit. I drink my tea black. I drink my coffee black. I just don't like. Just no particular reason. Just don't like it. So there we go. So today I'm going to get oh, nearly there. So today I was going to go out and see Willy Wonka at the cinema. I was going to do that, But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to clean my house first. And then by the time I finished cleaning, I was like, oh, if I go to the cinema now, I'm going to fall asleep when I sit down. So I might go and do that. Might see it tomorrow. Might go see Willy Wonka tomorrow. Do let me know if you've seen it and whether it was any good. Last week, I went to see The Colour Purple. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. That movie. I love the original. And I didn't know whether this modern version was going to be as good as the original. Have no fear. It's stunning. It's stunning. And I'm very emotional anyway when it comes to movies. I'm very emotional. But oh my days. I looked at my friends right at the end, and it just, all of us just burst out in tears. It was mad. It was mad. It was just, oh my days. I was like, I know now why those actors have been nominated for so many awards and Oscars. It is just absolutely brilliant. So, you know, if you've not seen it and you're thinking, you know, should I? Definitely go and see it, definitely. So here we go. Here's my ice cream. Banana, mango, cinnamon, ginger. Oh, and I did put a tablespoon of coconut in there as well, and a drop of milk. So this is going to go in the freezer. And in this container, this is going to keep for months. About a good 3 months, this will keep for frozen. So again, guys, you know, if ever you see things like bananas and it could be bananas and apple, or bananas and raspberries, or bananas and nectarine, any soft fruits like that, brilliant to make ice cream. And yeah, gonna go in the freezer, just blitz it all up, go in the freezer. You've got it when you want it, and you know exactly what's in it. Exactly, no preservatives or anything like that. So there we go. That's there. So what have we made? So far we've made our fruit compote, stewed fruits. We've made overnight oats. We've made ice cream. Now I'm going to deal with me avocados. You know how much I love avocados. You know. So I've got me other bowl. In fact, that's too big. That's too big. Let me get a bowl, and then I'm going to put it in my little container. So I'm just doing all this meal prep so that I've got food in the week. Don't have to stress about it. All sorted. So I've got this half of avocado. It's starting to go brown, which is fine. I'm just going to take that seed out. And I'm just going to scoop it all out like so. The top was brown, but the inside, it's all good. It's all good. This is nature's food. In my opinion, and I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a scientist or a nutritionist, but in my opinion, avocados should be on prescription. You know, nature's food at its absolute best. Absolute best. So I've got this other one, and it is a bit soft, so that's why I'm needing to use it up. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. The health benefits you get from avocados, absolutely cracking. And did you know, I've never tried it, but they say that if you clean up the seed and you put pins in it and you put it over water, it'll grow. It'll grow. I've never tried it, but I've seen some like hacks on YouTube and Facebook showing that. It's one I've got to try at a later date. So again, guys, if you've got anything like avocados that are going off, this is a really good hack to save your avocados, because this is, you know, good quality food. Avocado is. So I'm just going to scoop it out. So yeah, as I said, I was going to go see Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but I might do that tomorrow. But going today, I've got no energy whatsoever, especially after the day I've had. So I might do that tomorrow. But this evening, I've made some popcorn. I tell you, I've been proper busy in the kitchen today and in the house. I've made this big pot of popcorn and I've salted it. I just put a little sprinkle of salt on. Because this evening, after I've finished in the kitchen, after I've done this live and I've cleaned up, I'm parking myself on the sofa for the night. In fact, when I've finished cleaning the kitchen and I've finished putting this away and I've had my dinner, I'm going to have a bath. And then I'm going to relax this evening and I'm going to watch Three Little Birds, which is that movie it's a three-parter by Lenny Henry that he put out for Black History Month. Yeah. And my friend was over yesterday and I started watching it. And then when they left, I got caught up in other stuff. So I wasn't really watching it properly. And I just thought, right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch this properly tonight. And then I'm going to catch up with my soaps. I love my soaps. I love Emmerdale, Corrie, like those. I'm just going to add some salt and pepper to this, just a pinch. But I tell you what else. I don't know if you've been watching it, guys, but I don't know where my salt's gone. Use this one. But EastEnders. Have you been watching EastEnders? So I don't watch EastEnders as a rule, but it comes up in my news feed on Facebook. And what they do on Facebook is they take all the best bits and they cherry pick them and then show it to you to hook you in. Well, that's absolutely happened to me. And I've been watching all the best bits that they comes up in my news feed. I have to say, I'm half tempted to go back to Christmas and watch EastEnders from them because, oh my goodness, EastEnders is looking proper. I used to watch it in the day, but I haven't watched it maybe for about, I don't know, 6-7 years. I haven't watched it. But oh my days, it was looking really good. Really, really, really good. So I've mashed my avocados down. So if ever you get avocados that are a bit brown or they're just turning, just do this, just mash them down. They're good to go. So the key is salt. Put a good dollop of salt in. We're just going to have a taste. Could do with a little bit more. For years, I didn't like avocados, but that was because I wasn't salting them. And then, in fact, it was a Weight Watchers member that said, you need to salt them. And when you put salt on them, it just brings out the flavour and they're much more palatable. And sure enough, I did that. And now, absolutely love them. It was the salt that made the difference. So I'm going to get a clean spoon and have another taste. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely lovely. Lovely. And then what I'm also going to do, I'm going to put a squeeze of lemon in this. Because lemon acts as a preservative. Lemon and vinegar acts as preservatives. Also sugar. So obviously for sweet stuff, add in some sugar. That's going to be a great preservative on sweet stuff. But if on savory stuff like this, add a lemon or a splash of vinegar. Like if you've got, like, say, white wine vinegar or red wine vinegar, that's going to give you a nice milder flavor than malt vinegar. But if not, use your malt vinegar. But if you've got any white vinegar, that's going to be brilliant without any of the gives you the preservatives but without the flavor. So this is perfect. I keep knocking this off. So now I'm going to put it in a jar, because I'm going to be having this throughout the week. So this will last about a good 3 or 4 days. You might even get 5 days in the fridge, but I would be on the safe side and go for 3 or 4 days in the fridge, and it's good to go. And then as I'm ready to have it, it's there. And I would put this with like crudités, like meat sticks, carrot sticks, anything like that. Be good to go. And yesterday, if you were with me on the live yesterday, I was talking about doing eggs Benedict. And I'm kind of thinking I might put tomorrow for one of my first meals. Or actually, I've got my overnight eggs, but maybe even for my second meal, I might have like a bit of this on a crisp bread with, I've got some bacon in the freezer. Might put a slice of bacon and a poached egg on top and do my own version of the eggs Benedict, but using this avocado. This is, oh my days, honestly, I can't even begin to tell you how much I love avocados and use avocados. Absolutely loads. There we go. Excuse me whilst I lick the spoon. Oh, delicious. Delicious. So there we go. Pot of avocado. All done. So I've done my overnight eggs, my compote, my crumble, my banana, ice cream, and my mashed avocado. So I'm just going to check this. Well, that's looking really, really good. But I'm going to give it a few more minutes. And the last thing that I'm going to do, pop this over there. That needs to go back in the fridge. That needs to go in the bin. I've got this chicken. Let me just wash my hands, guys. There we go. I'll just give this all a wipe down. So I have got some chicken and I want to use it up for my dinner tonight. I say tonight, yeah, my next meal. I want to use it. And I was a bit undecided what I should do with it. Oh, the colour purple, Esther. Oh my days, it was so good. It was so good. It was really good on so many different levels. So many levels. Even like, you know, that whole institution of marriage and giving a woman away, how girls are treated, colorism, domestic abuse, motherhood, racism, institutionalized discrimination, loss and grief. On so many levels, it was just fantastic. It really, really, really was. Really, really was brilliant. Loved it. Okay, so we're going to do something with the this chicken. So it's just wipe this board off. So yeah, honestly, it's worth seeing. It's worth seeing. It really, really is. So I've got this chicken. It's chicken breast. There's about 4 chicken breasts there. And I was a bit undecided what to do with it. Normally I'd just cook it down with some onions and tomatoes. But for my dinner tonight, I just fancy something a bit different. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some like goujons with it. Because I've got some panko breadcrumbs. Oh, I've got some here. Yeah. I've got some panko breadcrumbs. I'm going to create an egg wash. Got an egg. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with it. Yeah. Just something a bit different. So, here we go. Crack my egg in there. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? What are you having? I'd love to know. Are you making anything special? Because it's like the weekend. Yeah, let me know. I'd love to know. So I'm just going to add a little pinch of pepper in there. And also a dash of salt. It looks like a lot of salt that's come out, but it's not, because it wouldn't come out. It wouldn't come out for ages. Okay, I think I'm going to need a bigger bowl for this. Yeah. There we go. And I'm going to add some milk to this, just so it goes a bit further. Just a splash of milk. Give it all a bit of a whisk. And you know what? I'm going to be really adventurous. My light is going. I hope you can see me all right. I've got my little ring light here. I'll just move that. There we go. So, because yeah, it's 10 to 5. It's getting a bit dark now. But I hope you can see me okay. Hope it's not too ghosty. Okay. I feel a bit adventurous. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add in some mustard into this. Oh no, actually, what have I got in this cupboard? See, this is how I like to cook, guys. This is how a great example of how I like to cook is just, what am I going to do? Just do something different. Just be really creative. So I was going to add some mustard, but I'm going to add in Worcester sauce. I'm going to put this light up on the... My picture's gone. Oh, let's have a little look. I think I've just moved. I'm still here, guys. I just moved. There we go. I have to... there we go. That's what happens when you start messing around with the light. So I'm on a different camera now. So if it looks different, that's why. So I'm going to put this up here. I'll get there, guys. I'll get there. You know, like when I see these YouTubers and they're so professional and they've got their cameras set up, their lighting set up, everything's perfect, their sound is perfect. And I'm like, oh my God, mine just look like a, yeah, proper beginner. But that's when I grow my YouTube channel and I start earning money from my channel, which won't be a lot, I can tell you. But when I do, then I'll start investing in equipment like camera equipment, lighting equipment, sound equipment. But until then, this is it. This is it, guys. This is it. Okay, so I've got my egg, my milk, and my Worcester sauce. It's going to give it that tang. And as I said, this is how I like to cook. When I'm cooking for myself, this is done. Look at that. That's bubbling up. It's my crumble. I'm taking it out because I need the tray. I need the pan tray. So I'm just going to lift this up and pop it on here. There we go. Pop that over there. Lovely. So yeah, this is how I like to cook. I'm very, very intuitive. Obviously, if I'm cooking for my day job, I do have to follow a recipe. But when I'm cooking for myself, I'm just like, I make it up as I go along. And that just keeps things really, really exciting for me. Really exciting. So I do need some gloves. I haven't got my gloves because you know me, I hate touching chicken. I don't like it. So I'm going to season my chicken because I don't know if you're like me. I absolutely hate chicken that's not been seasoned. And, you know, you can have the most tastiest coating, but when you bite into that chicken and it's got no flavour, ain't happening. So I've got some salt, pepper, and my all-purpose seasoning. Okay, and I'm just going to rub this. In fact, what I'm going to do, I really should have got my gloves out. You know me, guys, I need my gloves. So I'm going to put my panko. I'm using panko breadcrumbs, and I've just got some left over in here. I'm going to put this all in my container on the plate. Okay, and what I'm going to do, you can tell I'm getting a bit nervous. I'm getting a bit nervous having to touch the chicken without my gloves. I don't like it. But needs must today. I've got to put my big girl pants on and just deal with this chicken. Yeah, I just don't like touching chicken with my bare hands. Put a bit more salt on that because it didn't get any. It was at the bottom. I'll put a bit more all-purpose seasoning on this piece that was at the bottom. So yeah, always got to season my chicken. Hi Lisa, hello my lovely. Oh, you just joined me. You're having salmon and vegetables and sticky date flapjack that you made last week. Oh, I love that. Sounds amazing. And Kaz, you never eat avocados. Give them a go, Kaz. Give them a go, but salt them. Make sure you put some salt on them, and then maybe some lemon juice or even some chili flakes, something like that. Oh my days, they are amazing foods. Yeah. Oh, Esther, you've got to go. Oh, thank you so much for being with me, my lovely. Thank you so much. I'm nearly done, guys. We've made, if you've just joined me, like Lisa's just joined me, or if you're watching me back on replay, we've done a few dishes today. We made a nectarine and mango compote, then overnight oats, and then we've using some of that compote for the overnight oats too. We've made an ice cream, banana and mango ice cream. We've made a fruit crumble with a nectarine. We've done our smashed avocados. And the last thing is I'm making my dinner for tonight, which is I'm going to do panko breadcrumb coated chicken. So I've seasoned up my chicken breast. So 0 points if you're following the Weight Watchers plan. I've got an egg, a drop of milk, and also some Worcester sauce in my wash. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get me chicken breast, and I'm going to drop it in the egg wash. Make sure that it's really nicely coated. Just toss it around a couple of times, and then we're going to drop it straight onto this plate of panko breadcrumbs. And then what we're going to do is cover this. I'm just trying hard not to touch the chicken, but if you haven't got a chicken phobia, then that's absolutely fine. Do what works for you. Normally I would have my gloves on if I'm touching chicken, but I haven't got any at the moment. So I'm just coating that, and this is going to be like your crispy coated chicken. So on the Weight Watch, if you're following the Weight Watchers plan, then the only thing that you're going to be pointing is your panko breadcrumbs. Yeah. So that's all nicely coated. My oven's warmed through. So now I'm going to pick this up, and I'm just going to pop it on my baking tray. There we go. So that's one done, all nicely coated. And I'm going to do that with my second one. Pick that breast up, that's nicely seasoned, dip it in the wash. And the egg wash is really important because it just helps the helps it to stick, helps it all to stick. So I'm just smoothing out my panko breadcrumbs on here. There we go. Pop that down like so. And again, just using my spoon just to cover it. And do you know what? You can use whatever breadcrumbs you want. This would work really well with fish as well. If you've got like a fillet of fish, nice bit of cod or haddock or sea bream, anything like that, it'd be beautiful with, absolutely beautiful. But what I love about the panko breadcrumbs, proper crispy, really, really lovely and crispy. So that's my second one, all nicely done on the tray. And then I've just got a tiny little bit left, tiny little bit of chicken, and drop that in the wash. Drop it on my plate and just coat it. And there we go. So I've got one last step to do. So this now just goes into my tray. Just make sure I've got some panko breadcrumbs on the bottom. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, I know I'm really, really low on this, is I need to buy another bottle. It's spray oil. And we're just going to spray the top of the chicken with oil. And what that does is stops the panko breadcrumbs from drying out. And it's also going to give it a beautiful golden colour. So I need to buy some more of this oil. I like the extra virgin olive oil. I don't go in for like the 1 cow ones or the artificial oil. And everybody's different. Some people really like that, but I don't. I'd rather use the olive oil. And that's it. And this is now going to go in the oven. And again, 200 electric, 180 fan, and gas smart 6. And I'm going to leave that in there for about 40 minutes until it's cooked through properly. And those will work. I'm going to have like a piece tonight. I might do so. I've got some potatoes. I might just chip some up and make some chips as well, and have chicken and chips tonight. But that chicken I'm going to have throughout the week as well. A great source of protein. I'm going to slice that up and have it throughout the week as part of my snacks and also my dinner. And it will also freeze. Once it's cooked, it will freeze as well. So there we go, guys. Oh my goodness, we've been together an hour and a half. Thank you so much for being with me. So today we have done lots of meal prep. We made a nectarine and mango compote. Then we stewed that all down. And with that, we've saved some for the overnight oats. And we also made overnight oats as well. And then we also did a fruit crumble. And then we mashed down our avocados. And we made a banana and mango ice cream. And then we've done our panko coated breadcrumbs. So we've done all that today. That's a lot. But do you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did the fruit compote. 6. We've done 6 dishes. 6 dishes in an hour and a half today. And that is going to support me throughout the week. It's all done already. Ice cream's going to go in the freezer. Overnight oats are there in the fridge. Avocado is going to be in the fridge. Going to use that up. The chickens, the good source of protein, going to support me. And then tomorrow, feel free to come back tomorrow, guys, because I'm defrosting these. These are 2 packs of pork that I bought in the Tesco's haul, and I'm going to season them up tonight, and then I'm going to cook them down tomorrow. So feel free to come back and join me. So Lisa, you're going to go back on for the ice cream? Yeah. Really easy, really easy. It's just my bananas, my mangoes, a drop of milk, and some flavor boosters, cinnamon and ginger. And I just blitzed it all. Oh, and I put a bit of coconut in there as well, and blitzed it all. And it's, put it in a container, in the freezer it goes. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with me today. I'm going to clean up. Then I'm going to sit down and have a coffee. My coffee's gone cold, so I'm going to make me a fresh coffee. This is my new mug. It says, "Let nature heal you." And I got this in Tesco's. It was £1.80, reduced from £4. I'm really pleased with this. Gorgeous colour. Nice big mug. So I'm going to clean up and let me chicken cook. And then I'm going to take a photo of everything. And I'm going to pop it in my Facebook group. So if you're not in my Facebook group, feel free to join me. And if you are, I'll see you in there. Thank you so much for being with me, guys. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Take care now. Bye.